Welcome to the Business Spotlight podcast. My name is David Beeson. I am your host for today's conversation. My guest today is Aaron Signor, the owner of SBRE. We're going to be talking about his business, journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek of what it's really like to build and operate a business. Aaron, welcome to the show and thank you for being here today. I would love for you to give us a little bit of background of who you are and tell us a little bit about your business as well.
Well, thank you, David. SBRE, Small Business Real Estate, combines the two things in America that we need. We need small businesses and they need real estate. They need to own it. So I created the firm back in 18. And since then, it's now connecting all those dots together so people can talk and we can figure out how to put them into owned opportunities. Got to create
Yeah.
the opportunity, which is the interesting part.
Yeah, no, definitely. So kind of just setting the stage for the audience, what does your current ownership structure look like? Are you the sole founder and owner? Do you have any business partners, outside investors?
I'd love to have some partners. Yeah, no, it's just me and the small team of investors that we got. And yeah, I'd love to have some big boy partners and go do some nasty.
Awesome, awesome. So what's your role currently play in the business? Like are you like what's a day in the life of Aaron?
It never stops. I am sales. Um, when as my sole income is essentially selling stuff, real estate. And so managing that daily grind of making it happen and the listings and buyers and working with all that stuff is really where the fun's at. Most of working in a small business and creating it isn't the mud. That's not where, yeah, the mud's where the fun happens. That's where you get to go meet people and shake hands and kiss babies and all that kind of stuff. The building of the small business, the other side, that's everything that nobody wants to do. It's a learning curve, and you got to dig your
Yeah.
face into it. And it's the admin side, not as much fun.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So when you look at your role, how many hours a week do you spend working in your business, so the job
Oh,
itself, and how many
yeah,
on the
I once
business?
again, I am sales. I've been sales since I was 18 years old, and that's all I do. So when you meet, I mean, when you're out in public, most business owners don't understand that. What we do as humans is sell,
Hmm.
period. It's an idea, it's a thought, it's whatever you're doing. So it's 24 hours a day, and it's almost a simplicity for me. I talk to you, I meet you. I want your first and last name. If it heads down any sort of a business direction. And everybody, if you don't own something, you probably want to. So in real estate, everybody you talk to has the potential to be a client. And in most human interactions, there's some opportunity for a client relationship if you're looking for that. If you're not, it's just fun. Have fun. But for me, it's the dedicated work hours are 8 hours a day and Saturdays, weekends, whatever you throw that in. Because most small business owners don't have time during the weekdays to get anything done during the week because they're grinding their ass off. So it's
Yeah.
24 hours a day.
Yeah, no, yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So you're doing a lot of work after, I guess, after normal work hours and things like that, and a lot on the weekends.
Residentially, yeah. Commercially, very specific. Because
Okay.
every small business owner that's a renter, which 95% of them are grinding their face off 9 to 5, if not later. And so the only time you're going to get to talk to them and they have time to talk or think is after hours.
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I am curious. This is always a fun question I like to ask. If I were able to give you an extra 10 hours each week, how would you invest those hours? Would it be more into your business? Would it be personal time, family time?
That's a good question. Never had it. Um, I'd probably delve it into business.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually, no, I wouldn't. I'd throw it into playing billiards.
Yeah. Going to playing some more pool.
When you well, either that or going fishing. Fishing just
Yeah.
takes a lot more time. You got to gear up a boat or grab your gear and head down and find the water and figure out fish are in, what's biting.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds fun.
It's a lot easier to grab your pool cue, head to a local watering hole, and hammer on something.
Oh yeah, definitely. So why'd you choose to go into business for yourself as opposed to working for someone else? And what was the transition like for you?
I came to a realization that the small business owners of America back in 1973 got their faces hammered and didn't even understand it. They defunded the Small Business Administration, which was the main, yeah, in 1973, I want to say they defunded them. And no, yeah, they said, no, you don't get any more money. You're not a lending institution. So I knew somebody had to create a corporation that would outlive me and everybody else. So we're recreating the Small Business Administration, which is essentially creating small ownable real estate for small business owners. That trickles down immediately to the residential stuff because that's where your capital stack starts. And I know
Yeah.
there's a couple of these heavyweight jackasses that want to say, oh, yeah, owning a home, dumbest thing ever. You want to invest your money. That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The capitalist system that we built is based on real estate and the ownership thereof. So, small business real estate, we're going to create it, chop it up real small. Got to get the zoning. That's my particular issue. They want to jerk us around on that. But yeah, once you got your zoning, I'll go back to 1921. We'll start chopping stuff up and selling to the small business owners and making sure that they can own it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was
So,
that was why I created it.
gotcha. Yeah. And since you started this business, what does the journey look like so far? And have you had any
Oh,
like
it's just a lot
memorable
of work. Learn,
roadblocks?
learn, 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 learn. The learning curve's about 5,000 feet deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just dig your face in and realize every single jackass on the planet is trying to sell you something that's going to take you off your game plan or dump your dough or run you around in circles. And everybody says it's all done for you. Okay. It ain't done for you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, makes sense. Um, so what makes your so how do you communicate how your business stands out against other competition? Is there other competition in this
There is
market?
no competition.
Yeah.
Everybody's selling. Yeehaw, go sell. We have a mission and a goal. I mean, of course, you got to sell some stuff to make your money. You're either working hourly or you're working commission.
Hmm.
I prefer to work commission. Been doing it my whole life. You just got to understand what we have now ain't what we grew up with. So hopefully you can figure out a way to jump on board and we'll figure out procuring cause and make sure you get paid if you're doing a job and hold your license and don't be lying to people.
Yeah, yeah. So there is no other competition whenever it comes to this sort of market where you're selling real estate to other businesses.
Oh no, there's that's an entire segment.
Hmm.
But there's no dedicated operation that's literally dedicated from the ground up to build divisible, sellable real estate. It's a fucking horrible business model, excuse my French, because it's a
Yeah.
whole lot more profitable. We figured that out. The quote unquote serial capitalists figured
Hmm.
that out. Never give it back to them. We stole it, we ain't giving it back. Well, my corporation's formed to chop it up, created it from the ground up to sell it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No,
I'm
yeah.
pretty good at creating profit. I mean, I spent 20 years in the auto industry building teams about right down the road. 1,000 cars a month is what we were doing. And I set some land speed records for profit margins and gross averages and everything else and built teams that did it. I want to do that same thing with real estate because then it doesn't matter how much profit I make on you if I sell it. If I sell
Yeah.
it and make a rip grip done and then I die, who cares? I got the profit. Let's go. So yeah, I'm not building a corporation that's going to create my grandkids something. They're going to have to learn to sell on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it makes sense. Um so I'm curious, how do you find clients in this? Like what's your
This
main
is
way
just
to
like
find
every other
clientele?
salesperson. I'm a salesperson and
Yeah.
I'm in real estate. So how do I find clients? In my particular case, for about 20 years now, I've been doing repeat and referral and word of mouth and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. If you're smart and you build a firm like we've got going here, it becomes reciprocal. It goes all the way around. The new website coming out, Global Technologies, will combine everybody together and free up those conversations. It's going to promote uh, verified and vetted small business vendors and allow sellers and buyers and everybody else to talk to them before they get set because a lot of what selling real estate is especially in our region right now as we're beginning to be let's say gentrified with financially. We live in the Pacific Northwest, or at least I do, and it the valuations of our real estate are going up dramatically because of the
Yeah.
region we live in. I mean, it's just beautiful here, man. And it's time to start making sure that we've got the opportunity there. I'm not sure how to answer that. Run that question back again.
I was just curious your main way of finding clientele.
Oh, it's always been word of mouth. Yeah, but that's why we like look back to that. Yeah, that's why we built the site. It'll make things a whole lot easier. The
Yeah,
buyers
definitely.
and sellers will be able to connect with the small business providers a whole lot easier. Get their and or financial services.
Mm-hmm.
Get their game plan put together. SBRE is our motto is empowering real estate investments with informed decisions. Very simply, what that does is figure out how to maximize your dough. And that's what we're here to help with. When you're ready, we'd love to earn your business buying or selling, but let's get your information. And a lot of people need you want to stay in the area. You're 58 years old. You want to stay in the area. You bought your house 30 years ago. You bought it for $125,000 and now it's worth 650. You can sell it for 650, but the place you want to roll into is going to run you eight.
Yep.
Your
Yep.
income ain't going up fast enough to get that. So you got to get a whole lot of things figured out to figure out how to stay in the local region or in an
Yeah.
area that you like and maximize your dollars. And a lot of times that's improvements or maintenance or whatever. I've got ridiculous numbers of clients that have improvements that they can't afford.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got to maximize that. So we're going to connect all those conversations, whether it be tax advisors or construction guys or drywallers or plumbers or accountants, whatever the small business people need and whatever the homeowners need to get those conversations moving so they can build their capital stack. That's where
Yeah.
it starts. You got to own a piece of something, and we're going to create it small enough that anybody can buy it. And there's a couple different packages of options as we build this out.
Yeah, no, yeah, it makes sense. So, whenever it comes to marketing, what kind of marketing do y'all do? I know you said there's a lot of word of mouth. Do y'all do any digital marketing, any ad campaigns, anything like that?
We do case by case. We'll probably start. That'll be something in 2026 that as these things really start to lift off, we'll have to look at and
Gotcha,
do a
gotcha.
little bit more digital stuff. I've never looked at the ROI and all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
just sell.
Yeah.
Just make it go. I'm not that smart.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. You seem like a really smart guy to me, though. As you're talking, I feel like I'm learning a lot as you're talking about like selling and all this kind of stuff. I'm really enjoying this. Yeah, whenever it comes to like more of like the digital marketing side, I know you said that you didn't really have any game plan for it yet, but that in 2026 you want to kind of delve more into it. Are you thinking more like social media side of things, or
Oh
are you
yeah, yeah,
thinking
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah, yeah.
LinkedIn? Yeah.
Let's say two things: TikTok and Instagram. I know
Yep.
squat about them. My kid says, "Dad, that Facebook stuff, yeah, nobody does that." I thought Facebook was coolio, but I guess I'm a little dated.
Yeah, TikTok and Instagram, especially if you're trying to go viral and grab a lot of people. I mean, it is a really good
You
sales
want
tactic
okay, I'm just
nowadays.
going to give you a little precursor here, a little sniff. SB SB Connect. That's connecting the small business owners and the consumers. That whole website, the global tech website launch is probably next week or two. Yeah, keep your eyes on TikTok and all that stuff for that. That's going to connect the conversations. That's what I'm here to do because communication and conversation move the nation. And I'm
Yeah.
going to connect them up and we are going to ram it home so hard it hurts. Everybody's going to go, "Ooh, that's where we get the right information." Yeah. And probably homeowners can talk to them because every contractor out there is selling some horse shit.
Yeah.
And the consumers need real information, man. And I want the information. I want to know who's doing a good job and who's doing a bad job before and after.
hmm Yeah, no, I completely
So,
understand. So, do you have
yeah.
any way of tracking your leads currently? Do y'all have like a CRM that you
Yeah, we got a
prefer?
CRM and we're rebuilding a new one. We're going to go and probably rebuild all of it.
Cool.
We've got one we've been using. Um, CRMs are a funny thing.
hmm
If you don't maintain it, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah, they
And
kind
I
of go
can
off the
tell you from
rails.
personal experience, uh, your database is everything. I've still got all my contacts; they're a mess. But I got 38 years of contacts in my phone, and yeah, it's a lot. So keeping that is important. We'll build something here that really does an interesting job with the new AI and all that. The
Yeah.
connectivity is going to be pretty phenomenal. And hopefully, we're going to get true verified information on all fronts.
Yeah.
And if it's not, my mom's a retired IRS auditor. I'll get the real information. Make sure it's verified. Trust but verified. Bang.
Yeah, yeah. So, kind of switching over to team building now. How big is the team at SBRE?
Nine people.
9 people. Gotcha. And what are the roles kind of like right now? Is it mostly
Brokers.
sales,
Let's sell.
brokers? Yeah.
We're
Gotcha.
all
Gotcha.
sales. If you're not
Yep.
selling, what are you doing?
So
Taking up air.
how would you describe your leadership style in business, and has it changed over the
Let's
years?
go make it happen.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't want
Um,
excuses of why you can't. And I don't like people that say, oh, I talked to him and you ain't talked to him. And a phone call, and when you talk to somebody, it's actually talking. This jackass Gen X or Gen Z, whatever stuff with texty. No,
mhm.
that's not communication. I appreciate it. And yes, it's a form of getting things done, but it's not what actually sells anything. It's not what creates trust
Yeah.
or
Yeah. No,
verifiability. Yeah, and you got to put all your texts into your deals and your phone calls and everything else. And yeah, they're going to track everything. Communication, clean, smooth,
yeah. So what is your
concise.
what's your hiring process like and your training process whenever it comes to team members?
Let's talk.
Yeah.
I
Do
want to
y'all
know who you are.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Do y'all put out normally like ads on like Indeed and
Nope.
stuff like that, or is it more just like
I,
people
I
you
look,
meet?
most of my stuff, yeah, we've got a new referral program we're going to put together for other people coming on board and whatnot. But until I've got the rest of this built out in this next 3 to 6 months, I'm not too worried about recruiting. Like, if
Gotcha.
you don't have your systems in place to manage the deal flow and workflow in this next 30, 60, 90, our traffic flow is going to blow off the roof. And even my big brother, he says, Aaron, what are you going to do when this thing turns on and you actually have leads you got to talk to and follow up with that don't know you and won't put up with your stupidity? When I say that, my lack of communication sometimes. If I don't know you and you're not front on my plate, you're typically, I hate to say it, I'm horrible about follow up. So if I get,
Yeah.
50 leads in a week, I'm going to need more people. But once the systems are in place, we've got nine. We'll be able to handle most of it, but I guarantee it's going to be a lot more than anybody wants because nobody has the time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I think we'll transition to a couple rapid fire questions if you're ready.
Boom, bang,
All right. What is the key to success for you?
work.
Yeah. Yeah, just hard work.
Well, and willingness to learn. Stay
Uh,
green and growing.
yeah. Oh, I like that a lot, actually. I'm gonna remember that. I really like
I know
that
you will.
saying. What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Don't lose your focus.
What is a book or podcast you're reading or listening to right now?
The ministry of truth.
Awesome. And this is kind of a fun question that I always like to ask. If you had a little bit of magic dust and you could choose one spot to sprinkle in your business and everything would be perfect, where would it be and why?
Structural organization.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, before we get to the final question, would you like to share with the audience where they can find you guys? I know you mentioned a website earlier, follow you guys, contact you.
Yeah, upcoming, look for SB Connect. Uh, Beyond that, upcoming, just check up SBRE.global. It'll take you everywhere you need to go.
Awesome. Well, and with that, we've come to the final question of the day, and that is what is most inspiring to you today?
Every day above ground's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Right.
the inspiration, man. Because there's too many things at the speed of life that go through a day. Every day that you get up, realize I don't give a shit how poopy the last one was. You're here. Go make something happen that's good.
Yeah. No, I love that. Um, Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. Every day's a gift. Even if it's a crappy day, at least you're around, you know?
Smile and wave. Don't be a dick.
Yep, exactly. Well, this was a great conversation. I really enjoyed getting to hear your story, so thank you so much for sharing. I just encourage all of you watching to save the show and come back and watch it again because Aaron really did have some great insights for business. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we get notifications every time a new conversation drops, just like this one. Thank you to everyone who joined us today, and a special thanks to you, Aaron, for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Much appreciated, Dave.
And I'll see you all in the next episode.